determined to finish the story of this game on this channel. We've been dabbling in Lego City for over a year at this point. Where are we now? Well, we just stole a BLIMMING fireboat! So after dropping the boat off to the ice cream shop, it turns out the love interest is being hunted by men. So I put out the fires around the hospital, and more fires around the hospital, and more fires around the hospital. I beat up a bunch of random dudes in just casual shorts and shirts, only to realise I can't get up to Natalia because there's no way up, which is quite confusing as that begs the question of how did she get up there herself. So after doing some good old wall jumping to get up to the roof of the nearby tower, I conquered the district! Time to start the Lego City Empire. I clutched the chicken's crotch as hard as I could in order to rescue Natalia. Oh, and then she grabbed its crotch too. Bet the chicken enjoyed that. So of course, in order to free her, we need to escape on a helicopter, which isn't there for some reason. So, being the only person who contributes to Lego City society, I built a helipad, then dropped her off at Ellie's place. Who's Ellie? She's Communicator Girl, and it was here Natalia confessed that she was subscribed to JK Mason. Past me would have seen this as an instant W, but after how cruel she's been to me when I've only been trying to save her blimming life, it might be toxic. So I told her I was married to the grind, which he did pretty well. Definitely wasn't because I revealed the size of her. So back to Ice Cream Chap, and he was meeting with Rex Fury. So I rushed down in a helicopter and though I couldn't tackle Rex Fury without working out a bit. Oh, and remember that horse that Frank got himself acquainted with? Well, turns out they're now best mates. I'm sure the horse finds Frank's presence very pleasurable. So out came the chicken's crotch once again, and after I had landed, I rushed across the rooftops of Lego City, while of course filling up pools and blowing stuff up. However, who could have guessed it? Our best mate Ice Cream Chap got pranked by Rex because he wanted to get him more stuff. Also, can I point out that Rex is the only canonically shirtless character in the entire city? And also how it's a real shame that we don't get figures of Rex, or Frank, or Vinny, or Ellie, or Forrest Blackwell. Why do I want a figure of Forrest Blackwell? Well, you'll find out soon enough. So Vinny threw a bit of a temper tantrum, and as you do when you're rich and upset, you go and rob another sad rich man. So that's what we decided to do. And guess which sad rich man we chose? Yeah, Forrest Blackwell. Oh, and a bit of backstory on him. Apparently he had a temper tantrum too, because he was going to build a massive hotel. But this fishing squirrel is apparently super rare, so he couldn't because animal protection or something. So he stopped building stuff, which will be ironic later on, trust me. So after once again arresting some more guards for simply doing their job, I rumbled around in Blackwell's sewers for a bit, until I was able to activate this odd elevator thing, which allowed me to stroll up into his mansion and steal this thing from his vault. Here's your daily reminder that we're supposed to be a police officer! So because we were committing crimes, I felt morally obliged to play some music to alert literally everyone of my presence, which actually worked! So I arrested more guards for once again doing their blimming job, because job security means nothing in Lego City, and once I had done that, I dropped this box outside this massive vault, turned off the power, and would you look at that, I was once again stealing something valuable, and green. I'm getting a bit of deja vu here. Well, that was until these sentinels from the Matrix started chasing me, and they had the look of every person watching a JK Mason video when I remind them for the 100th time to like and subscribe. So after an intense chase scene, I stole Blackwell's motorbike, while the sentinels stole Blackwell's bike. So with the mission having failed, I was to rock up to meet Modi's nuts at the meeting point. But despite the violent nature of the meeting, of which I absolutely destroyed everyone by the way, he stood me up. So I went to confront him at the ice cream place, and while I couldn't find him there, I did find his brother being shoved into a freezer. So I beat up literally everyone around him, because violence is always the answer, and saved him from the fridge, after literally reassembling him, that is. And who was the mastermind behind this all? This guy! Yeah, just an ordinary Rex Fury goon! And this guy obviously wasn't the brightest, as he thought it would be a bright idea to hide himself in an ice cream factory. So after a bit of force feeding, I discovered where Rex Fury was meeting that night. The construction yard. So guess where I was going? The construction yard! So I turned up to the construction yard, talked to this guy, and then after acquiring my final form of drip, mind you, 7 episodes in and we've only just now unlocked every single outfit you can. With this construction outfit, you can fix electrical panels by just smacking it with a hammer. And, oh, well, my explanation was interrupted by this guy going, "Hey, steal this crane, Lamau, cheers!" And my first challenge as a construction worker was to drive this steamroller without running anyone over. So despite the urge to commit several drive-bys in construction equipment, I restrained the urge and fixed the pipes required of me by breaking them all. But in order to get my hands on a crane, I'll need to do a tad bit more parkour. I climbed up this building, figured out how to ride an elevator. Oh, and by the way, a key character trait of a construction worker is the desire for coffee, apparently. At least that's the culture of Lego City, though I believe the Lego movie claims it's oversized dog box. However, once that was finished, I was able to build up a crane. Now, I'd also give the impression that I'd be working for the construction chaps, as I would be repositioning these pipes. And while I was doing that, my manager just, like, left. So I, of course, took this opportunity to drive the blinking crane out onto public roads, you what? And after role-playing Minecraft, we handed the crane over to Rex's chaps. And all that was left was to follow them to Rex. We are so close to erecting Rex Fury and finishing the game. Genuinely, like and subscribe if you want more. I hope you're all loving this game as much as I am. Woo! Have a good one, chaps.